Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is a tweet from Wesley Hunt. Let me slow down here.
Great dude, by the way.
He says, tonight at the Timberline Caucus, as I spoke on behalf of President Trump, an enraged man attempted to stop my speech. He shouted Trump was racist. You know, the same tired trope we've heard over and over. But on this day, of all days, Martin Luther King Day, the people of Iowa, just like President Trump, judge me not by the color of my skin, but by the content of my character. The anti-Trump movement is in full-blown meltdown. So let me, let's play this.
Is the smartest, most genius.
Well,
member
this is 4 minutes.
4-minute clip.
Do we know what
About a minute and a half in.
minute and a half?
And this is from someone on the DeSantis team?
They say he was a DeSantis supporter.
Now, I'm a military guy by trade. Come from a military family. My dad's a retired colonel.
Maybe go a little bit more.
My sister went to West Point first in my family. I went to West Point.
Do you know where it's at?
My brother went to West Point. There are 60 years on the family's.
He rushes the court.
Today,
Can a black man talk to us about a racist? How can a black
What? What's going on?
Wow.
What did he say?
Goodness.
So how do you know this guy is connected to DeSantis?
I'll just say this was a text I got. He said a DeSantis supporter.
He said, how could you do this on Martin Luther King Jr. Day or something like that? It's like, is that a white guy?
No,
No, that's not.
No, this guy right
That
here.
guy.
It's
That'd be funny.
I know. I'm sorry.
I mean, me and Seamus had more serious arguments than that.
But I'm saying,
Yeah, they went at each other.
I don't see skin color.
is the guy who's yelling at Wesley Hunt also a black man?
He appears to be.
Right. I can't. It's hard to tell. But is that his point, that Wesley Hunt is betraying Martin Luther King or whatever, or something like this?
But how?
Who knows?
For supporting
4-minute
Trump.
video.
Who he couldn't-
Okay.
He said something that bothered the audience, but we missed it. It was a little bit before.
Well, he said, how dare you? He's racist or something like that.
Shout out to Martin Luther King. Let's uphold his
Well, I
vision.
think he's getting a lot of flack right now. I think the important thing to recognize, too, is there's a lot of people in history people need to know the truth about, and if you don't really pay attention, you might just believe the simple things of them. A good obvious example is like Che Guevara. Like, that dude was like a really bad guy, but young people just wear his shirt all the time because they don't pay attention. That being said, Martin Luther King Jr. had some great points, but I'm not going to sit here and try and adjudicate the whole debate that's been going on. But a big thing happening right now is criticism of MLK over a lot of the stuff that he was involved in. I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
I'm
but
sure
I know
The,
that people online are arguing.
the FBI knows about it since they were spying on him and then recording his private conversations with his mistresses and then playing it to his wife when he was in jail, trying to, of course, get them divorced. As, of course, a court in Memphis actually found the U.S. government complicit in the assassination of MLK.
Well, take a look at this. It's on Twitter, on X. The FBI tweeted, this MLK Day, the FBI honors one of the most prominent leaders of the civil rights movement and reaffirms its commitment to Dr. King's legacy of fairness and equal justice for all. There's a community note that reads,
So big.
the FBI engaged in surveillance of King, attempted to discredit him, and used manipulation tactics to influence him to stop organizing. King's family believed the FBI was responsible for his death. So shout out to community
It's not
notes on X.
that they believe. There was an actual court case in Memphis in 1999 that looked at all the evidence, and a jury found the U.S. government complicit in the assassination of MLK.
They paid a civil fee. I think they won.
They won $100, but the $100 was just for the court proceedings to kind of move forward.
I got some bad news for you, Alex. Ron's actually pulled ahead of Nikki by a good amount.
Well, we'll see what happens.
As long as Nikki loses tonight, I'll be happy. Otherwise, I kind of really don't care.
The idea of anyone losing to Nikki Haley is just so depressing.
Oh, poor Vivek.
I honestly, it even makes me sad to see Chris Christie lose to Nikki. It's just like,
Well, there's
so
only
brutal.
one. There's only one winner,
Vote
and that's
for Chris
whoever
Christie,
gets the
please.
most. So everyone's a loser except for DJT at this rate.
The
You
FBI
ain't first, you're last.
just don't want to let this slip. The FBI pre-wrote the suicide note for MLK. Is that correct?
Yep. And they
What?
were
Which is-
encouraging him to take his own life when he was going through a difficult time. Yep. They
is that-
sent letters. They sent letters saying, you got to off yourself. You got to kill yourself. You're a horrible person because of so-and-so.
Signed
Yeah.
FBI or what? Signed fake
No, the
person?
FBI
yeah.
literally was running psyops on MLK.
Where do I know this? The FBI's on files. So
Yep.
the FBI has released these files, and they have they're available on the FBI website. You can
And the agents who did this were never held accountable. So this was the beginning stages of the FBI under J. Edgar Hoover, who also was a person who was probably being extorted as well for the dresses that he was wearing. But that's the start of the FBI. What are they doing now?
RFK Jr. was just asked about the wiretapping
that-
recently, and he defended JFK and RFK Jr.'s
Wiretapping.
wiretapping of MLK.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
And so,
Really?
yeah, he's in a
He said he needed to do it,
yeah,
Why?
which is crazy.
he's in a tough spot. He's
But why did he think
There's
that they
something
needed to
strange
do it?
happening
Well,
to
his
RFK
father-
Jr.
his father was
I don't know
charged
what's
with-
happening to
was the
RFK
justice-
Jr., but there has been a huge turnaround in
And-
his kind of team
Wasn't
that is
he friends
very
with
kind of
Epstein?
bewildering. He was on, admittedly, and we found this out through the documents, but before the documents came out, he said he was on
flew on
the
a plane.
Lolita Express, with Jeffrey Epstein and his wife all the way back in the early 1990s. And that's
His
what
fa-
he admitted to.
His father was Attorney General overseeing the FBI's operations, and so he's being asked to defend his late father, right, I suppose, would be the
Bobby
what's
Kennedy?
actually going on. RFK Jr. is being asked to defend his father's actions. He must have signed off on this. You'd have to assume. I mean, I don't know. But you'd have to assume in some level his father knew about what they were doing to MLK, and so RFK Jr. in a tough spot. I mean, it's your dad, who met his own untimely demise. I mean, obviously, tragically and horrifically. So it's like,
Probably at the hands of the intel agencies.
Yeah, they said it was Sirhan, some wild guy in a kitchen, but
fellas. I do have to bounce.
All right, man.
I got to
Bruce.
celebrate a victory, and
Appreciate you hanging out. Of
as you
course,
can see, it was very close.
we are waiting.
Get outta
Hopefully,
here.
Vivek can come by.
she's going to be here in a few minutes, according to text that I've been receiving.
A few minutes.
Well, I
we
don't
know
want
how
to
many a few
give
is.
false hope, but I think 8:15 was the called time. But we'll see. Everything's
8:15 was the call time.
Yeah. So 1 minute ago, he's
To Vivek's credit, between the three candidates that are behind Trump right now, he significantly spent less money and is probably overperforming that his predictions were early in the cycle.
And also Nikki Haley's voters. A lot of them are probably Democrats.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't even consider her votes to be actual. She's not convincing anybody but Democratic Party to vote for Hillary.
Vivek also worked very hard, hitting the ground game here more than I think anyone else. So
And it's crazy, when Ron DeSantis does an event and he meets people, the people that he meets typically don't like him. Vivek kind of is charismatic, and he has something called Riz.
These videos. What's this video where the guy in the wheelchair
Ramaswamy?
getting thrown out of the DeSantis event?
Yeah. he
Yeah.
threw-
What was that?
What?
So there's a meme team. It's called the Dilly Meme Team, and this guy in a wheelchair showed up at a DeSantis event wearing a Dilly Meme Team hat, and because he didn't like his hat, he got rolled out of the.
And then there's the other guy,
event.
Matt Kim. Is that his name?
Yeah,
He got kicked out as well.
he
Yeah,
got kicked
Matt
out
Kim.
too.
These guys didn't do anything.
They just showed up, and obviously they're critical of DeSantis on the interweb, and
Man, I kind of wish I went to those
yeah.
events.
I texted you two photos
Yeah.
from the caucus event of Nikki Haley voters, and so you can give people a sort of an image of. I have.
do they have blue
We
hair?
have a production team here, and they're at
Do you want
different
to?
caucuses.
Can you tweet them? I can't pull them from my phone
Got
on
'em.
the screen.
Yep.
If you tweet them out yourself, I'll pull up your Twitter.
Okay.
God bless you all.
All right, man. Thanks for hanging
Thanks
out.
for coming
well,
out,
I
guys.
suppose if whoever is waiting in the wings wants to jump on while we're waiting for Vivek, unless he's here, you guys want to rock paper scissors for it? Josie's right here.
Brusewitz, ladies and gentlemen.
Josie, the redheaded libertarian, is jumping in.
Josie, how's it going?
I'm gonna pull up Benny Johnson's Twitter.
I'm tweeting it right now.
He's tweeting it right now.
What's your analysis, Josie, on everything?
Yeah, you're sitting there watching. Grab that mic. Talk to us.
I just want Nikki to lose tonight.
Amen.
Well, I think we're good. I think if anything is worth celebrating, it's her defeat. And look, there is a funny thing about watching Ron DeSantis lose to Nikki Haley, but I really want Nikki Haley to come in fourth. I just want everyone to be like,
know.
yeah, nobody wants her. Get out of here.
Is this because people are genuinely concerned that Trump will be
There you go.
taken
10
off
minutes
the
up.
ballot somehow? Like, are people? Is that actually like? I mean, it's not a rhetorical question, but like, is that?
Well,
how
is
legitimate
what do you mean?
the threat that Trump will either be removed legally?
No, I know,
put that
but
in
what do you
quotes,
think would what would that explain? Or
Then the next runner-up would be the number one candidate, the
Oh, I get
front
what you're
runner for
saying. I
the
get what
Republican
you're saying.
ticket.
Cassandra Fairbanks had another tweet too. We have these images that we're showing of these Nikki Haley voters, and it was a guy with a peace sign tattoo voting for Nikki Haley, and Cassandra McDonald. You know, she works here. She's great. She was just like, "How are you so dumb? Like Nikki Haley is the warmonger candidate. Like, what do you
It's probably
think?"
some old boomer Democrat with a peace tattoo from their hippie days.
Yeah, and now they're in the corporate shill days, I
Yeah.
guess, unfortunately. Yeah, but look, you know, if Nikki loses, which she's going to, there's no way she's winning, then we all have reason to celebrate, I guess, but it is what it is.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.